The journey to #1 at Pro Rodeo is fraught with peril. The celebration can quickly turn to panic. A one-ton dance partner can leave you wondering which way is up. To make it to the pay window, you have to keep the faith. Waver for even a moment, and the momentum will change, going from bad to worse in a heartbeat. You can never afford to get cocky in this game. There are no timeouts, no referees, and no second chances. Jump on the train as PRCA Xtreme Bulls rolls into Ellensburg, Washington. Welcome to Ellensburg, Washington, the 5th and final stop on the 2004 PRCA Xtreme Bulls Tour. Hi everyone, I'm Jeff Metters. With me, 8-time world champion bull rider Donnie Gay, and last chance to be a hero. It's the final stop. The 4 other winners on our tour this year have gone on to be major players in the top 10. So once again, the Xtreme Bulls Tour having an impact on the World Championship, but there's a lot of difference between 2003 and 2004.
Well, there is, Jeff. Terry Don West last year had the bull by the horn, so to speak. You know, to win the World Championship, all he had to do was stay healthy, and he did that, albeit just barely. We saw some great heroics out of Mike Moore to win the Tour Championship and go to the national finals, nearly strap on a gold buckle. Things like that could happen, but Dustin Elliott just took over the #1 spot ahead of B.J. Schumacher. B.J. out with an injury, had a little surgery. We don't know when he'll come back. I think probably Dallas has a great opportunity. Jerry Shepard in 2nd place right now, but a lot of guys, I think 1 through 11 in the top 15 right now with Corey Melton in the 11th position is pretty solid for the NFR. Anything after that, Jason McLean at 12 on down, they're in trouble. They got to win something.
Some other guys that seem to be in a tight spot. Greg Potter won the aggregate at the National Finals Rodeo last year's in there. You got Bluestone, 2-time world champion. These are guys that really need to win tonight, plus Mike Moore, as you mentioned.
Well, and then there's guys like Clint Craig. He's winning the rodeo here at Ellensburg, got a chance to win. He's in 18th position. A lot of tour rodeos left to go to. And then a guy like Bo Hill. He didn't go to the NFR, just missed it last year. You know, these guys can really ride good, but you got to put it together at the right time. It's
going to be a fun night. We have a packed house here in Ellensburg. 5 of the 10 rankest bulls on the planet are here. They'll be going in the short go. That's something to look forward to. A little bit later on, we'll take a quick break and get right back to it in Ellensburg after this. This ESPN presentation of PRCA Xtreme Bulls Ellensburg, presented by Coors Original, is brought to you by Coors Original, real Rocky Mountain beer. It's Guys Night Out. By Wrangler, for the cowboy in you. By Justin Boots, standard of the West since 1879. And by Mahindra Tractors, cultivate your dreams. You can see the sign there giving you a lot of directions to a lot of places in professional rodeo.
Well, you can get there, win the money, or just have a good time.
Also working with us here in Ellensburg, Jennifer Smith. Let's go to Jennifer. She's behind the chutes.
The race for #1 continues between Dustin Elliott and Jerry Shepard. There's less than a $10,000 difference. But there's an interesting dynamic in the success rate here on the PRCA Xtreme Bulls Tour. Dustin Elliott has done very well, finishing in the top 5 twice. He has earned more than $25,000, while Jerry Shepard has struggled, earning less than $1,000 during 1 semifinal. He hasn't placed at a single Xtreme Bulls final round. Jerry has earned all of his prize money bit by bit on the Wrangler Pro Rodeo Tour. He won the tour stops at Guyman, Oklahoma, Greeley, Colorado, and Hermiston, Oregon. If Jerry is going to make that push towards his very first World Championship, he really needs to do well here. He's got a great chance to make the finals tonight. He's drawn Blue Goose, who has a 75% buck-off rate, but can be very rider-friendly.
It is a very windy night in Ellensburg, Washington, and we'll take a look at some of the matchups here in this first segment.
Well, you've got Myron Duarte marked there with a red eye. He's got a good bull. He's not been ridden. He's only been out 1 time that we know of, and Myron's not going to know much about him, but Paulo Crimber, he's got Ozone or Diamond G's, and these are all rider-friendly kind of bulls.
Well, right now, Paulo's 14th in the world standings. The top 15 advance to the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo. So for Paulo, I mean, this is a pretty good opportunity to pick up a big check and really secure your spot in Las Vegas.
He really wants to go to the National Finals Rodeo. He hasn't ever been there, but he's an accomplished bull rider. He's one of those Brazilians that really can ride. takes deep holds. If his legs hold out, this guy can get it on. Got it going right now. When you start out, look at him spurring with the outside foot. That's when you got total control. Paulo Crimber riding really good this fall. That bodes well for an NFR berth, but right now he's going to get a good score to get back in that top 15. Look at the dance.
Patented dance, kind of a head nod to Ozone. That's the second time he's been ridden so far this year, so Ozone right at 50%, out 4 times, ridden twice.
Well, it should be a good solid score. Not a rank bull by any stretch of the imagination, but a nice bull to draw, to ride, to show off, and Paulo Crimber did it really well. He should be 80-something.
And he rides close to 60% of his bulls. That's a lot of dancing for Paulo.
Well, he can get out there with Flint Rasmussen, and he's going to hurt himself, but his bull riding is not suffered, but a good score, 83 points.
He actually might meet his match in Flint. Flint's got a mover to himself. Clayton Fultine, barely out of high school. I don't even think the ink's dry on his high school diploma. Good bareback rider. And here's a guy number 10 in the world standings right now.
Really ridden some good bulls. This bull had nobody made a qualified ride, but he is really not having a kind of trip that we'd been told. Clayton Fultine rides him no problem. He's a Texas bull rider. Comes from a rodeo family. His daddy, Lane Fultine, in the top 20 for many years. Got a brother in college. The rodeo family is getting the money. Clayton's doing well.
Well, you look at his resume. He's ridden Whirligig. We'll see him tonight. Bo Dippin from Sammy Andrews, and a bull you know a lot about, Johnny Rotten.
Johnny
That's a tough
Rotten.
bull to make a whistle on.
I watched that bull ride, and you just don't want to count this kid out, mainly because he tries. Now, if he goes to thinking about how hard this is, then he may struggle a little bit. But right now, he's having fun traveling with Myron Duarte and got a 79 score for his effort.
No substitute for youth. So we've got an 83 and a 79. And speaking of Myron Duarte, I know he had knee surgery after the Xtreme Bulls stop in Reno back in June, but riding healthy again, number 5 in the world. Myron just kind of always seems to quietly have a really good year.
Well, I wouldn't call it riding healthy. I mean, he's been to the national finals 7 times. And when you've done that, then your injuries become cumulative. You don't ever get well. You just kind of deal with it. Here we go. Myron got it going on away from his hand, and he's got a seat. Got a chance. Look out, leaderboard. Now, this is a bull ride right here. This bull buck off most cowboys, not Myron Duarte. Good ride.
And Myron always tends to peak at the right time as you head into Las Vegas. Last year, he made almost $75,000 there. Finished in the top 5. He's been runner-up to the world champion before. Just a good kid from Hawaii.
Well, you see he's got a little tape on his jaw. I told him, you don't be leading with your face. You won't last any long in this bull riding, but got his butt over in there in good position and then handled his free hand. His balance is perfect. The guy's got a lot of bull sense. He knows how to ride bulls. That's a good ride, Myron Duarte, and he gets a good score.
Yeah, and you expect the leaderboard to change. Crimber had the lead with an 83. Myron now in there with an 87. And these guys are getting off on the right foot in Ellensburg. Cody Buller, we saw him win on the Xtreme Bulls Tour in Houston. 91 in the short go, and that's one of the reasons why he's in the top 5 in the world standings right now.
Well, he's been real inconsistent. I've been a little disappointed, and this guy really has got all the tools. But look where he's putting his hand. It's down on the side. If this bull goes to the left, he can't ride him. Now, that's just my opinion. This guy right here has got all the talent in the world, but that won't do you any good if things don't go right out of the gate. Cody Buller got it done. We saw that 91-point ride, so he's not worried. Bull comes left. Let's see if I know what I'm talking about. Well, no way to ride a bull that's going to buck that hard if your basic fundamentals are not exactly right, and his hand down on the side, he's toast when that bull turns his head left.
So what's he doing? Is he anticipating something there from the bull? Or?
Well, I don't really know for sure. I haven't really talked to him. He seems like a great guy. His hand's not as far down. It didn't look as far down as that bull come out as it did on the angle that we saw him sitting in the chute, but it doesn't take much when a bull's bucking as good as this one is. Moving ahead a little bit, has a tendency to want to run you back off your rope. Cody Buller has a 3.02 second try. I don't think that's going to get him another bull.
Only the top 15 move on to the final round. Already have 3 qualified rides. We're just in the first section of bulls here. Howdy Cloud getting set, another Texas cowboy. And he's a guy that has a lot of potential, but still has not made it to his first Wrangler National Finals rodeo.
Well, it's because he rides good in the first round and then hasn't made the whistle in the finals. This is a good draw right here. Wave his hand, and that's just what he likes. Flat and fast, quick little bull. Look at that bull fade all the way across there. That was a great ride, but you know, Howdy Cloud's not even breathing hard. He was in the right spot. That was easy for him. Texas bull rider, and if he just wouldn't be so stiff, you see it holding his free hand. Now it works on this little bull because he doesn't change gears anywhere. But when they come into that short go-round and bulls like Tahanta and Unforgiven are in there, that's not going to get it done. It's a good bull ride right there.
And that could threaten the leaderboard again. 87 actually for Howdy Cloud, so he's tied with Myron Dwart at the moment.
That's
the
a
top
good
spot
bull
in
right
the semifinals, you bet. And there's a look at Davey Dyke. He's settling in on Pokey Dip from Beard Rodeo. Out 6 times this year, ridden twice, so his buck-off rate hovering at about 75%.
Can be a good draw, Davey Dyke, Fremont, Iowa. I kept seeing a guy from Iowa bringing big checks. It's a hard place to learn how to be a good bull rider, but Davey Dyke getting it done. Beard's bull hesitates, kind of an eliminator. Hard to ride right there, reverses the spin, and now just trying to move away from him. Davey Dyke shows you why he's been getting some checks. That bull hard to ride.
For Davey, like you said, probably not going to be a giant score. You can start wondering what's it going to take to get back to the finals.
Well, you do, because now you see, I think we'll ride at least 15, maybe more. These guys have got their riding breeches on. When they rode that first one, that puts a whole nother spin on it because this is all about confidence.
Davey could use a big check. 22nd in the world standings at the moment. 77, so he'll sit and watch and wonder about what it's going to take to get back to the finals. Last bull in this first set is going to be Jersey Joe from Beard Rodeo. 100% buck-off rate for Jersey Joe. Corey McFadden will be the cowboy.
Well, Corey McFadden can ride anything at any time, but he's only riding about 50%. He's had a couple of injuries, and he's just not been riding up to the expectations of him or myself. Jersey Joe beats him around the corner and bucks him off, and Corey McFadden, frankly, he's not riding well for Corey McFadden standards.
Jersey Joe stays perfect in 2004, out 10 times. He's bucked all 10 cowboys off.
Watch where his hips go when this bull comes left. Right there. Right around the corner. That's called getting beat out of the box. I mean, he never was ever really set. And if you haven't laid eyes on some of these bulls, when they fire out of there like that, they can catch you by surprise.
These guys off to a great start, a pair of 87s on top of the leaderboard. In our next set of bull riders, we'll see Mike Moore. He was the 2003 Xtreme Bulls champion. Back in Ellensburg, Washington, PRC Xtreme Bulls Tour presented by Coors Original. Jerry Shepard, number 2 in the world standings at the moment. His spot in Las Vegas is pretty much secure. Mike Moore, on the other hand, though, he's going to have to win here just to get into the game.
He's got a bull that's got an 88% buck off in my Black Wasp for Mike Moore, but the guy rises to the occasion. I like his chances real well. Now, Blue Goose for Jerry Shepard is a good draw. He's supposed to ride him.
Jason Legler is a cowboy that's not in the top 20 in the world standings at the moment. I talked to Jason. He's just trying to build some momentum this fall to carry over into 2005.
Yeah, look at him. Got a big old stout bull. He is cranking it, fading it. He made the whistle, it looked like to me. But I tell you, Jason Legler just rode a really good bull.
Road Rage has been out 11 times, 12 times now. 3 cowboys have made the whistle on him, so
look at the whip.
Feet.
Look at the whip. Watch this bull whip and then watch him move. Look at his front feet. I mean, Jason Legler's on the end of his arm, and that big boy right there is bearing down that bull trying to throw him off.
91.5 points for Jason Legler, so he's going to take over the top spot in the semifinals. So Jason Legler doing what he needs to do to win. Of course, the goal is to make it back to the finals, and I guess the second goal is to put yourself in a position to win the whole thing, and that's exactly what he's done. Now Mike Moore, Kankakee, Illinois. He won the last 2 stops on our PRC Xtreme Bulls Tour last year, and that propelled him into the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo, right in the thick of the World Championship race.
Well, he's been to the finals 3 times, and it's never a lock. He always waits to the end of the year, but he's one of those guys that rides big at big events. That's just kind of, you just kind of got to let it roll with Mike Moore, but he's going to put out 100. Look at here. Coming left into his hand, Black Wash. He scares people away because them horns back in your face. Look at Moore. Says, yeah, have some of me. Good job. Watch out, leaderboard. I like that bull ride. So does Mike Moore.
Yeah, he does. He tore his bicep at the Wrangler National Finals last December. He got stepped on there, missed almost the first 6 months of this year. 41st in the world. He's still kind of holding out hope that he could make the Wrangler NFR.
Look at that bull rear up, get his horns back in his face, back around to the right, away from his hand. Just, I mean, hoe it out of him. That right there was a bull ride, bull ride.
So Mike Moore trying to challenge that 91.5 that Jason Legler has put on the board.
Well, I don't think he can get to Jason, you know, but that's too low. That right there, 85.5 is too low. I mean, they're 287 to Myron DeWart. I mean, hopefully it all evens out in the wash, but that's a great bull ride.
Fourth best in the semis so far. Legler on top, 91.5. Now to Jerry Shepard, and Jennifer talked about the fact that he's kind of earned his money this year the old-fashioned way, the hard way. Not much of it has come from the Xtreme Bull stops.
The difference between him and Mike Moore is the big events. He's not won anything, hardly $700 at the Xtreme Tour. This is where you need to be loose and cool, and I think he just tightens up. You know, you have to get out of your own way, and it's a lot like golf. You got to be confident, even though when the chips are down, you got to be able to deliver right here. You got to deliver right here. Shepard got a good seat on one, starts around one way and jerks the rope out of his hand.
Now, one of the reasons why he has been so good is he tries so hard.
Hey, he just said he did not.
I know I did. Walk out if you have it.
Oh, he said I went on with it, so he doesn't. He's going to challenge this thing. He's going to challenge the buck off. He's talking to Cody Snyder, world champion that's running the chutes. All right.
Let's beat one of them one more time.
So this is exactly what the judges are seeing right here.
2 trips.
You know, I thought he nodded right there, but I thought he shook his head, but I think he was talking to the guy on the back of the chutes to move that bull. And I think he nodded. I don't believe I'd give him one.
Well, they had a chance to review it, and the officials are saying no re-ride for Jerry Shepard.
I think that was a good no call, because he went on with it. He went ahead and tried to ride him and couldn't get it done. So he rode him 4 seconds. So the not nodding didn't cost him.
Bluestone, two-time world champion, won the world title in 01 and 02. 2 trips to the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo, and he's left there both times a world champion. But here's a guy that struggled on our Xtreme Bulls tour last year and continues to struggle this year.
Well, I think what's happened to Bluestone is he rode the last 2 years crippled and got himself into a slump, and now he hasn't gotten himself out because he bucked himself off right there, whipping that free hand around out of time with the bull. He's trying too hard. Everybody that goes through these kind of things, but Bluestone comes down early on a really good draw, and he's not real happy about it.
Bo Hill, 19th in the world right now. He's tall, 6'2", maybe the tallest bull rider out there right now.
This bull's not been ridden. This is one of those bulls in the Barn to Buck program, just cranks her back and just rips Bo Hill out of there. Dirty Water, Flying Youth, Cotton Rosser, and Julio Marino. And their prayers out for Julio and Cindy's son. He's battling cancer, and we just think about them. But boy, that bull right there bucked.
So Dirty Water, a perfect 7-0 in 2004. And now to the top-ranked cowboy in the world, Dustin Elliott. Nebraska cowboy, just kind of exploded onto the scene at the beginning of the year. And here's a guy that's just not gone away.
I tell you, and he's got a great attitude. Just jump out there and get the money. He's got a load of talent. Looks to the right, comes back around the left. Got him into his hand and whipped him down. Really a good bull. Hot water dip, another Flying U California bull. Dustin just gets slam dunked. And the thing about being bragged on in the bull riding, the bulls can't read your resume. They don't care who you are, how hot you been. He makes a good turn, but his hips were just cocked into his hand just enough, and that bull really bucked. And man, he was a load too. Big bull for a young one.
Dustin Elliott, even though he's top ranked in the world, chances are will not make it back to the finals. Lou Bryant getting set. Won our Xtreme Bulls stop last fall in Waco, Texas. Got in as an alternate. Been baling hay all day, and I guess he was motivated when he got to Waco.
You can do that, scored 95 points. He can ride. He's been to the NFR and would like to go back, but he's battled a lot of injuries. This is a Flying 5 Barn to Buck program bull. Off his rope, spurring with the outside foot. He's just letting it all hang out. This is not pretty, but it's effective.
You can see the wrapping on the elbow of his right arm, his riding arm. Got a blood infection in there, and the scar is huge. It was swollen up giant. cut a lot of it out. So, you know, Blue Brian is just one of many injuries he's had in his career.
Well, he's a really bad broken leg, and he never really got over it, in my opinion, but he's spurring with the outside foot, trying to keep up on his bull rope. Nothing there except grit and effort. But here's a guy that on the backside of his best years is bull riding, but there's a lot of money up to keep you hustling.
76 the score for Blue. Chances are that's going to put him right on the bubble. Thomas Burt next to go. Hijinks is the bull. This is a bull from Big Bend. He's been out 8 times this year. 2 guys have made the whistle on him.
Thomas Burt's made some great rides, and then he's looked like he didn't even know what he was doing. Round the left into his hand. Got a seat. Got a hold with his feet. Looking good. Looking real good. Almost too good. Look at that left spur. Looked like it was in the loop, and if the judge thought he did that on purpose, he's hung in the rope, but he gets out of there in great shape. If the judge thought he took a loop on purpose, they'd disqualify him, but I don't believe he did. I think he just stuck it in there, but you got to watch that being a ham bone. You know, you still got to make it back to the finals and then make the whistle. Thomas Burt, 24th in the world, a first place here, could move him up in. Coming around, that bull just flat and fast to the left. Good little young bull. In 2 years, that bull right there may be one we're watching in a short go-round. Hung in the bull rope. He kept his feet. Thomas Burt awaits his score.
Lloyd Ketchum, Shorty Gorham, Mick Thompson moving in to make sure he's safe. 76.5. There's another cowboy that's going to be on the bubble, chances are. And look at those 2 guys, pretty relaxed. We'll see Corey Melton and Brian Richardson when we return to Ellensburg after a quick break. Welcome back to a windy night in Ellensburg, Washington. The PRCA Xtreme Bulls presented by Coors Original, and these guys have been red hot. Jason Legler has the lead. 91.5 points, but watch out for Corey Melton.
Look out right here. This is the young bull. Flying 5, and they said this bull bucked. Well, this bull rider right here can ride a bucker. Corey Melton. Slinging his head, starts one way. Coming around to the right into his hand. Got him going down the well, going down the well. Now he's back out on the end of his arm. You talk about E for effort. I don't know how he gets it done, you know, with his head way up in the air. But that guy, Corey Melton's getting it done. Yeah, he's give me some money. Give me some money. Look at this bull slinging his head. Really trying to trick him. Corey staying right up on the bull rope. That's everything you got to do. And then he almost lost hold with that left foot. Pulled himself out of there. Whistle blows. Good job, Corey Melton.
It's kind of like he has that internal clock set to 8 seconds. 84.5 is the score for Melton. So pretty solid on the leaderboard. And here's some of the other matchups to look for in this set of bulls.
Cody Hancock's supposed to have a tough bull, and Clint Craig, I just pull for him. I always mark him because, you know, it doesn't make the bull's bucked with Clint. So if he rides, the scores are going to be good.
Johnny Chavez, here's a flash from the past. Best year in his career, 1997, 4th in the world. When I talked to Johnny, ranching out in New Mexico, lost some weight, got back in shape, wants to play some more.
Look out, Johnny! I'm telling you, it hurts a lot. Oh, man, the bullfighter just got smoked. Mick Thompson. Mick Thompson right there. Chavez, he's up and all right. Mick Thompson, boy, the lights are on. Ain't nobody home.
Yeah, staggering back to the chutes.
Get another look at this. Chavez, bull starts one way, lost his hold with his feet, whipped him out of there. I mean, when you're almost, you know, you're 40, it hurts worse. The bullfighter right there, watch him coming right here. Boom! Oh, my goodness, he kicked him full extension. He had a hat on when that started, kicked him out from under his hat. Ow!
Boy, Mick Thompson never saw that one coming.
Woo! That would hurt our Justin Sports Medicine team right there going, Mick, don't know if you got stitches.
There's our leader, Jason Legler, 91.5 points as they work on Mick Thompson.
Ow.
It's one of the deals where you start trying to count all your teeth when it's all said and done. I think Mike Tyson punches hard. Well, here's Cody Hancock, world champion in 2000, and Cody missed the Wrangler NFR a year ago. He's been riding very well this summer.
Oh, yeah, but this bull trying to get him back on his pockets. He's a little behind. He's hustling. He's humping and pumping. Probably as hard as I've seen him try in a long time. Good bull ride. The champion.
And that's kind of been the theme for him this summer. He has really, really tried hard. 8th in the world right now, trying to get back to the Wrangler NFR.
Watch what this bull does with where he tries to put his butt. Tries to get him off, or sees off his bull rope. Now all the power on his hand. comes forward with the free hand, clawing with the outside foot. That bull bucks. He weighs about 2,000 pounds. Cody Hancock made a really good ride.
90.5, second best that we have seen in the semis so far. And you think this in the middle game a year ago, I don't think he would have made it. But now Cody riding with a lot of confidence. We go right on into Clint Craig.
All right, well, Arkansas Cowboy outside of the top 15, but in the top 20, got one into his mitt. He's got it going on now, spinning a hole in the ground. Let's go to China. Yeah, Clint Craig, leaderboard, get you another one up there. Well, you know, we've seen him do that before. Now you know he's thinking, okay, I got to get back to the short go. I'm back there. I'm going to be back there. I need to make the whistle. Okay, well, this is a great start. This bull cranks it back, and boy, howdy, for lickety-split to the right, into his hand. Bull fading. That bull had some gasoline.
Clint Craig was right there. And in this case, I don't think it's the shoes. I think it's the hair. He's kind of changed the hair a little bit.
He went streaky blonde, you know. Wow.
Well, it's working, 90.5 points.
He told me I was just jealous because I didn't have any hair. Yeah.
All right, here's another youngster, Brian Richardson. We watched him win the Pace Pecani Pro Rodeo Classic in Dallas last November just to get into the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo.
Nice job right there. Cool hand loose, what they are to call Brian Richardson. Nice bull ride. Away from his hand, got jerked loose. But if we get to see this again, I want you to watch. They started to open the gate, and he goes, no, close it. The bull looked at the backside, but look at that grimace on his face. His elbow is just killing him, and that may cost him a trip to the finals, but he lets him jerk on him. See what he's doing right there? He just gets a little bit out of time, but then he lays there and takes it, and gets a big jerk on his arm. Going to get a good score here.
Yeah, gets a big score, 87 for Brian Richardson. So Craig and Richardson right in the thick of that leaderboard. A couple of scores already in the 90s. J.C. Bean next to go, crashing the gate as the bull.
Well, you know, I hadn't seen him ride since Houston. J.C., where have you been? J.C. Bean getting it on, rounding into his hand. And, well, he's saving it right here. There's 8-second bull ride. Another good spinning bull just like Clint Craig. You got to figure out how to get off. Now I'm getting dizzy. Now I'm getting tired. Look, Mama, it's Saturday night.
Well, he finds the safe route out of there and kind of limps back over.
Look at that bull. That bull, he's a little loose-legged, too.
He's a little dizzy.
Good fucking ride.
All right. Coming around. Yes, sir. That looked good right there. Staying up on his bull rope. Yeah, nice ride. Now you got to figure out how to get off. You see the bullfighters, they get positioned. Like for the bull to reverse the spin. Not going to do it. It's okay. Take my chances. Does good. Get a score in.
88.5 points for J.C. Bean. So he stays in the mix of things, and these scores just all of them kind of the mid-80s and up into the early 90s. So these guys really riding well tonight as we get into Marcus Michaelis. High dive from Flying 5. This bull's been out 9 times, and one guy's made the whistle on him this year.
Whoa, just a big old hunk of junk right there. Michaelis riding him, no problem, but he's not going to get a good score. They try to bring as good a bull to the bull riding as you can. But somebody's going to ride and not get a high enough score. But you can't really gripe about the quality of bulls because this is going to be one of the few stops where they're going to ride 15.
And, you know, and looking at his stats, I mean, the bull's been out 9 times, 10 times now. 2 guys have made the whistle on him. You got to think that's not his usual trip.
Well, it's not his usual trip because he's not used to the side delivery coming right into this sold-out crowd here in Ellensburg, Washington. Great rodeo arena, but sometimes it just doesn't fit some of the animals, and that looked like what happened to that bull right there.
69 for Marcus, and you got to think the way things are going, that's not going to get him back in the finals. Zeb Lanham next to go. Powerhouse patrols the bull. Another bull from Flying 5. Pretty good stats on him. 12 trips, 5 guys have made the whistle on him, so you got to like your chances in the semis.
Well, he's got a nice place. Lives in sweet Idaho. And there's that bull cranking her back. Started left, back around to the right. And that one's Powerhouse Patrol. That's a Born to Buck. His daddy was probably the bull Border Patrol. Looks a lot like him. Many-time NFR bull and Flying 5. Look at this bull. He said, I look to the left, back around to the right. Cowboy, you know, when your Justins get over the top of your Wranglers, things are not looking good.
And while High Dive did not have a good night, Powerhouse brought his A game.
Wow.
Zeb Lanham goes down 2.94 seconds. Last guy in this set, Greg Potter. Here's a guy that won the aggregate at the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo last December.
All right. Well, they call this bull dog bound. Now, he is doing his thing. And some young bull rider at a rodeo would think that's a nice draw right there. Greg Potter rides him with ridiculous ease, but he's going to have trouble scoring enough points on that bull to get to the finals.
You got to think the way things are shaping up, you got to be in the high 70s, I would guess, to make that top 15. And that ride right there will not be in the upper 70s.
No, and shouldn't be. You just come around, you get to draw one time, and nice practice is all you look at that, and get your score and move on. 70 points for Greg Potter. Probably one of the most consistent bull riders, and he rides better with age, I believe.
Former Australian champion. There's Clint Craig right now, right where he wants to be. More from Ellensburg in a flash.
Describe the perfect day, Liz.
Well, we're driving to the lake. The kids watch a DVD, and Joe and I have some quality time.
Joe?
Okay, we're barreling along. The Hemi's kicking some serious butt. Then we fish.
Ah, see, you're not traveling in the same vehicle.
Dodge Durango. Big size, smooth ride, Hemi power.
What a quack.
Get $1,000 in October bonus cash for a combined cash allowance of $5,500 on 04 Durango. America's hottest products are at your Dodge dealer.
I am a soldier, an army of one. Even though I am part of the strongest army in the world, I am my own force. With the latest technology, training, and support, who I am has become better than who I was. And I'll be the first to tell you, the might of the U.S. Army doesn't lie in numbers. It lies in soldiers like me, Specialist Mark DeCarli. I am an army of one, and you can see my strength.
Glad you're with us. PRCA Xtreme Bulls presented by Coors Original. Sold out crowd here in Ellensburg, Washington. Jeff Metters along with Donnie Gay and Jennifer Smith. Leaderboard right now pretty healthy. Jason Legler, Clint Craig, Cody Hancock, all with 90 points or better. Speaking of Cody, let's go to Jennifer.
Red nearly bucks off everyone who tries to ride him. You had to work the entire time, didn't you?
I did. He made a good round right out of there, and I got there, then he hesitated real bad and kind of wants you in there, and so then I didn't move enough because I was trying not to get in there and kind of got to sitting on my butt and had me behind, was pumping the whole time, and made her.
It paid off, didn't it?
It did. Hopefully we can ride another one.
Oh, boy, he knows the deal. Ride another one. You see Casey Bays and Kyle Josman, they still got to ride one, and they got the jacket. You know, those bulls sired by the Great Bull Yellow Jacket, these are good matchups, but there's some guys in there that ride real well.
I'm not sure that we have stressed how tough the second bull is going to be tonight. Our final round pin of bulls, they are tough. All right, here comes Matt Austin. Won in Reno this summer on our Xtreme Bulls tour. Boy, made some great rides, rode Werewolf in the finals.
I wish he'd go home and get well. He's got a really bad knee. I don't necessarily think that he needs to have the surgery, but you just got to get some time off. As young as he is, he'll heal himself. Come on, Poindexter, ride a bull. Cranking her back into his hand, and he's having to try hard, and then that bull jumps out of it. Those are the kind of bulls that you just hate to have when you're hurting. You got to run, you got to get up, you got to get on, and he has got a bad wheel.
He is going to qualify for his first Wrangler National Finals Rodeo. Number 7 in the world. I'm looking forward to seeing this guy ride over a 10-day stretch.
At the National Finals, and he's got the attitude. His family all rodeoed and rode bulls, and so he's got good mentality for it. I think he'll go to the NFR and do real well.
Well, 76 is the score for Matt, so he's going to kind of be on the right on the bubble. You can see that that leg is bothering him quite a bit.
Yeah, they walk up and go, "You all right?" "Oh, yeah, you know, I got a torn meniscus." And, you know, football, they put you on the bench of the IR and pay you.
Yeah, and here you got to run to get away from the bull.
Got to get on another one, but come on, we got to ride this one, Zach Oaks. Hang in there.
We saw Zach win at Clovis rides of 90.5, 91.
That's another good bull ride. This bull right here didn't look like a whole lot for about 4 seconds, and then changed up. Look at this. Yeah, which way did he go, George? Don't zig when you should zag.
You know, Zach Oaks and Matt Austin, you talk about a good young core of bull riders in the PRCA. These guys are 2 of the headliners.
Look at this bull. Belly rolls. A lot of guys fall off right there. And this bull's like, ah, well, okay. Now cranking her back to the right. Now, this is a really nice finish, but I don't know. It's a little too little late. Let's see what the score is.
80.5 for Zach Oaks, and that should ensure him a spot in the finals.
Well, you remember him coming back and winning that final round. He knows what it's like to get her done in that short go, so that's good for him.
He is one of those bull riders that can cover the ranked bulls. He's sticky. Casey Bays, though, will be next to go. This is one of the jackets we talked about, and this is Flak Jacket from Flying 5.
Supposed to go to the left, and that's just the way his daddy went. Let's see if Casey gets right there. I mean, he looks like coming back the other way, but Casey just looked like he's disinterested right there. Oh, no, he pulled a groin. Yeah, I know that feeling. Yeah, it could make you look totally disinterested in the riding one, because you are after you tear a groin muscle. Right there, big jerk. He's ready to get down. He said, boys, I felt something slip right there in the jacket. That is a bull right there. Flak Jacket.
Bay's time 3.82 seconds. He's out of the mix. Colby Yates, another disappointing year for Colby. Didn't make the Wrangler NFR last year.
Rode as good at the NFR the year before as anybody there, and he's just been in a prolonged slump. He raises, breeds bucking bulls. Toughest thing he does is travel with Brian Richardson. Here we go. Oh, into his hand right there. No, what? They blew up the balloon and turned it loose. Good grief. What an ugly bull. Look out, it ain't over yet. I mean, this bull is trying to get in their britches. He blows snot in their shorts everywhere, and he hurt his arm.
He flips Shorty Gorham, stirs everything up, but bottom line is Colby still makes the whistle, but the score is going to, once again, kind of put him around the bubble.
I mean, this is how silver away, and then away. No, Shorty, look out. I mean, blow his dress up, and then Mick Thompson, oh, Shorty's dumped down. Mick Thompson, he's got his head screwed back on straight. Boy, that bull was fun as long as you were sitting up here.
So 76, that's a big question mark for Colby Yates. Just a reminder, never too early to start thinking about the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo. Coverage begins December 2nd, 9 Pacific time. We will have all 10 rounds on ESPN2 and ESPN. For more, go to ESPN.com and click on Pro Rodeo. We're down to our final few bull riders in the semifinals, and Jason McLean's a cowboy that knows how to win on the Xtreme Bulls Tour.
Looks like 75, maybe 76 might get in. McLean, attaboy, Flying 5. This is a tough bull right here. McLean got to get it going. Bull's supposed to spin to the left, and he looks like he's coming to the left, but he's just going to jump and kick. We've seen a number of bulls head toward this catch pin. Most of the time, it's in the middle, separating the right and left deliveries. I think that's affected a couple of these bulls. That's not going to help Jason McLean's chances.
Has to have affected attaboy. He's been out 11 times, and nobody's made the whistle on him, so you can't think that's the normal trip.
Normally, that bull was supposed to go to the left, and he went right to the left, and look, that catch pin gate wasn't where he could see it. Down to the other end, McLean gets a medium 70-point ride, 76 points.
He's going to join those cowboys that are on the bubble. Next up is going to be Kyle Joslin. This is that second jacket bull that we talked about, yellow jacket bull. This is Electric Jacket from Flying 5.
And these bulls are mean on top of having some great ability to buck. They will get you, and so that makes you actually, you know, that fear actually helps you ride sometimes. If you control it, get up there, it'll make you a little quicker. Self-preservation does a lot for you.
Makes you try harder.
Yes,
doesn't
sir.
it? Last thing you want to do is come off.
They can't blow the whistle and stop action. They blow the whistle and it gets going good. Come on, ride a bull. Yes, sir. He's got a seat. He's going in the well. Good grief. Look out. Oh, yard dart. Oh, no, he's out. Ah, good grief. Hello, that's bull riding. I mean, this boy here is knocked cold. Okay, I'm telling you, Kyle Joslin has got it going on. He's got a potential 90-pointer. He gets hit right in the ear, helicoptered, and falls unprotected. That's a great way to break your neck. That's one of those bad ones. Oh, my goodness. You're going to have to take a little time here. Bullfighter, look, the bullfighters do what they can do. This guy said, man, the weather is nice here in Detroit, but it's time to go.
Well, it's just good to see him up and walking off under his own power, but you're right. I mean, the first thing to hit the ground was the back of his head.
You know, unprotected, didn't even have his hands out. That's how Jerome Davis broke his neck, but falling unprotected. But people got up because they saw a kid put out 100% maximum effort, and, you know, he doesn't get anything for it, but, you know, that'll help him on his next ride.
And he was fortunate. You talked about how mean Electric Jacket is. He was just laying there totally out. He had a chance to just run square over him. And that's when guys like Shorty Gorham and Lloyd Ketchum and these guys go to work and keep Kyle Joslin safe, you bet. Two guys remain in the semis. Wesley Silcox is going to be the first to go. Another flying 5 Bulls, Black Smoke.
All right, Black Smoke just jumping and kicking out across the arena. Wesley did not draw a good enough bull. Nothing, you know, he has total control over that 8-second ride, and he does what he can do. And if I were judging, I'd give him a re-ride. You know, that bull didn't even really try to be a tough bull. He just jumped and kicked. And here's a kid that I've never seen get on a bull before, Payson, Arizona, and he's riding 53% of them. I'd like to see this kid come on and get a, look at that. That's great form. And the score coming in, they're not going to give him a re-ride.
He's going to wind up kind of in the high 60s, and that's not going to get him back in the top 15.
Well, 68, you know, and that's a correct score, but, you know, he needs a re-ride. That's why they won't let me judge.
Last guy to go, Jesse Bale, 9th in the world right now, riding about half of his bulls. Riding percentage right at about 50%. He has struggled this year in saddle bronc riding, but his bull riding's been a little better.
You know, for him, he has struggled in both events, and it's all mental. I mean, here's a guy that everybody talked to 2 years ago. He was the toast of the PRCA, trying to get him to be the all-around champ of the world, and all he wants to be is a good cowboy, and he wants to excel and thrill himself, and he has to go talk to the media, talk on the radio. That's real distracting. It's hard to deal with. Jesse Bale is still the best cowboy in the PRCA, in my opinion. And when the light comes on in this bull riding, he's going to be tough to beat.
I like him. He's kind of a throwback. I mean, he would fit in the Jim Shoulders era. He'd fit in your era.
Yeah.
He's a role model, I think, in this era.
You know, I mean, he's just hanging on right there. Going to get slammed down on the ground, knock the breath out of him. Now he's going to go bullfight, but no backup. But a guy that he's going to be, I think he'll win a world championship. I really do. But he just does some things fundamentally that he's got to get control of. And right here, he's clamping. Go ahead and let go, Jesse. It's all right. You don't have to get just slam dunked.
It's not from a lack of effort. 5.29 seconds for Jesse Bale, talking there with Lloyd Ketchum. He's not going to be around for the finals. We'll miss him. Speaking of the finals, Jason Legler, 91.5 points. He was the best in the semis. But boys, like Double Jeopardy, the questions get tougher when we come back.
No kidding.
Back in Ellensburg, Washington, final stop of the year on a PRCA Xtreme Bulls tour. Jeff Mudders along with 8-time world champion Donnie Gay. Very competitive long go. I mean, it was competitive at the bottom, more than 20 guys making the whistle in the long go. Very competitive at the top. We had 3 guys in the 90s.
Jason Legler leading the way with a 91.5. Made a really good ride, but you know, it's really kind of streaky. He had a year that he wasn't real proud of last year, and so it's good to see him kind of coming back. Hope his confidence level carries over from the long round to the short round. Joe Hopper's a tough draw is what he's drawn in this final go-round. Clint Craig, he got a bull that may fit him. Baca dip, going to spin into his hand. and Cody Hancock's got Reindeer. We've seen this bull, but this is the first time that we'll get to watch Reindeer match with somebody who may really like the draw.
Well, here's a look at the results from the semifinals. Instead of the top 15, it actually turned out to be the top 18. You can see the guys at the top, but it was a fight for that 15th spot. Matt Austin was tops, but he was injured, so he was out. Jason McLean makes it in. Blue Bryant has more money than Colby Yates, so he gets the bonus bull. Let's go to Jennifer.
This was a much-needed ride for Jason Legler. You've been hurt for most of the year, so you really needed this for 2005 qualifications, didn't you?
Yeah, it's been a rough year. I kind of found out in January I had a couple problems and got them fixed. And come back in June and been riding kind of poor and hadn't been up to my par, but starting to come around. I went back home, went to work, and kind of got the love for bull riding again. It's what I needed. But I had the bull last year in the short round in Ellensburg here, and I was 87 on him there, and they said he'd been bucking better this year, so I was really tickled to have him in the first round. But
well, he hasn't been ridden very often this year, has he?
No, I hadn't been paying attention a whole lot just because I was sore, and you know I didn't want to watch what I was missing. But yeah, Casey got on him in Hermiston 2 weeks ago and said he was pretty handful, and just didn't fare with him too well. But it worked for me, so I was glad.
Looked great tonight. Congratulations. We'll see you in the final.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Checking ProBullStats.com for the top 15. How can anything on the planet be ranked ahead of Tahana?
Well, it's kind of like the spin we were watching in politics. You know, how can Kerry be ahead of Bush? I don't know. But, I mean, there's no way that Tahana is not ranker than any. But this is all an aggregate score of all the different judges on every time those bulls buck. They put down a score for them, and those are the highest ranked bulls. But it didn't matter from top to bottom. You better have your riding breeches on if you're going to ride one of them.
Good news is we're going to see Reindeer in the short go, and we're going to see Tahanta right now. He's the $30,000 challenge bull, and as I mentioned, Blue Bryant gets the honor, I guess, or the curse of trying him out.
Yeah, well, 30 grand, Jeff, and all he's got to do is make the whistle. This is a really ranked bull, and if you're not a little scared right here, your elevator don't go all the way to the top.
The last time Tahanta was ridden, 2002 Wrangler National Finals Rodeo, Jason McLean made the whistle on him. I think our best point of reference was our stop in Reno this year on the Xtreme Bulls Tour. Justin Andrade had him, and I think he was bucked off before he finished his nod.
Well, and that bull is really ranked now. Blue Bryant has a 1 in 10 chance. This is my opinion again. 5 years ago, Blue Bryant had a 1 in 5 chance of riding this bull. At this bull stage right now. Right now, he's got a 1 in 10, maybe 1 in 20 chance because this bull has really gotten smart. He's 7 years old and a bucking dude, and plus he weighs 2,000 pounds. And on that list of ranked bulls, we'll see Reindeer in a little while. I'd rather get on Reindeer and Johnny Rotten and Roman ride him than get on Tahana.
And the difference is, I mean, Reindeer is spectacular to watch, but he just doesn't have the power this bull
has. He doesn't have the power and the drop to jerk you down on his horn. Those other bulls, if you get around the corner, they're so fast and they buck so hard and quick. Man, if you get tapped off, it's like a day off. And this right here, you're never tapped off with Tahana.
And I'm guessing you got to give yourself a pep talk before you nod.
Oh, yeah. And, you know, and be ready to put your hand down because you're not going to do any good, you know, if you let him knock all your teeth out. I mean, this bull's dangerous because he takes such a high jump out of the gate and drops with so much force.
Blue Bryant almost set.
Good news is this bull's going to go away from his hand so he can get out over him. He's coming left right now. Well, he's fixing to come left. But that drop out of the gate is unreal.
And I think he actually kind of drug a horn on the gate, and it kind of slowed him down just a little bit.
That actually helps the bull and hurts the bull rider. He kind of rears up and gets the cowboy setting back or gets you just a little tentative. Watch the drop. Coming right there. And look how active the bull is when he's cranking it back. So the judge says, okay, 23, 24 points. Well, that doesn't really tell the story. You just got to stick your hand in the rope and not too far removed. What a ranked bull.
Yeah, Blue a little disappointed. His chances of winning 30,000 were 8 seconds away, but it's a tough 8 seconds. Not going to get any easier for these guys in the final round. Be right back. Sold-out crowd in Ellensburg, Washington. Our PRCA Xtreme Bulls Tour presented by Coors Original. Jeff Metters along with 8-time world champion Donnie Gay and Jennifer Smith. And let's look at the matchups. First round in this final round, and it is tough. Jason McLean, Mike Moore, as we mentioned, McLean, last guy to ride to Honta.
Well, he is, and remember, he's in that 12th position that I thought was vulnerable as far as going to the national finals. He gets into the final round, but he's got to have a good ride to help get to the national finals rodeo.
Yeah, he gets in by way of a tiebreaker, so we'll say how well he handles Spotted Jacket, 13 trips, 3 guys that made the whistle. Buck-off rate 77%.
Oh, yeah, he's got a chance going into his hand. McLean likes him. That's the same way he rode to Honta. He's pumping and humping. He's going to get it done. Yes, sir. That's a good ride. Watch out. Really a good bull ride. McLean, you know how laid back he is. He's thrown his hat. That's probably the most animated I've seen him in a year and a half.
4 trips to the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo. He was a national high school bull riding champion at one time.
I mean, we could have called him Opie at one time. I mean, he just gets on slow, loose and cool. Nothing seems to bother him. He's coming in the back door, and this bull's bucking. He makes it look easy. And if that's one drawback to some of the times when he rides, he makes it look easy, and check out the score.
And it is awesome, 93. Best score we have seen so far tonight. His total now 169 on 2. At 76 in the semifinals might hurt him just a little bit.
Well, wanna dance, Thomas Burt. This is the dream pick. Pick of the litter right here. Thomas Burt round the left into his hand, having a little trouble and comes down. He let the sweet potato get the best of him. That ain't good for Thomas Burt.
Now you got a cowboy that's never been to the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo, a bull that's been there 4 times.
That's pressuring up. Thomas Burt rode a better bull in the Longo, really. But he just gets reared back on the end of his arm. He's stiffened up, and he's waiting on the whistle. They're not going to pay you whenever you get to the big time.
5.67 seconds the time for Thomas Burt. That's looking down on Davy Dyke. Charmed, I'm sure, from Diamond G is the bull. His buck-off rate, 100%.
This bull fighting to shoot, really hard to get out on. Charmed, I'm sure, was probably named by Steve Gilbert's wife. She likes these bulls. This one is tough to ride. Got a little downdraft. Davy Dyke, good bull rider. I talked about him, the guy from Fremont, Iowa. I don't know where in the world you learn how to ride bulls as good as he does in Iowa.
This is one of the youngest bulls for Diamond G, one of their youngest stars.
Oh, look at him. He's got a seat on him. He's got a chance. Now he's in trouble. About 4 seconds, he let his hips rotate out, and he is upset. That is a cool little bull. You can just tell that bull's a baby, but the bull's growing up. Some of these bull riders got some of that to do, too. Watch what happens when he gets to waiting on the whistle. Free hand, watch it go behind his shoulders. Right there goes behind his shoulders. See where his hips went? Into his hand. Just a mental mistake by a young bull rider, and that's a no score. Cost you about $5,000 or $6,000. Ouch.
6.32 seconds the final time there for Davy Dyke. So Jason McLean, the only cowboy to ride 2 so far. My last one, a good one, a 93 for McLean. Clayton Fultine, we talked about him, the youngster just out of high school. Solidly in the top 10, maybe headed to his first Wrangler National Finals.
Rode some good bulls, but this one here is a big, stout bull. Coming around to the left, he makes a turn. Down inside just a little. He's touched him with a free hand. He's going to go ahead and try to ride him. He's going to go ahead and get it done. He's going to spur this sucker. Now here is where youth is a wonderful thing. Yeah, he's just going to go ahead and get off. He knows that he's done this for nothing because he slapped this bull right in front of all the judges with his free hand.
Boy, that's a shame.
Look at that
McLean.
smile. Look at his smile. He's just grinning. He said, yeah, well, maybe they mark me. Maybe they don't. Goes down just over-eager, round to the left, and this kid is riding really good. He's going to get a lot of their money this year.
He's another ranch-raised bull for Diamond G, 4.21. That's when he slapped him, so Fultine out of the mix.
Pretty much ranch-raised cowboys, you see. Get ready for the NFR.
Coming up, coverage begins December 2nd on ESPN2, 9 Pacific time. For more, go to ESPN.com, click on Pro Rodeo. You bet these cowboys are thinking about the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo. Zach Oakes will be heading to Las Vegas for the first time in his career.
Nobody has ridden El Guapo. Flying 5. This Sonny Riley, Don Hustle, they raised some bad bulls. And El Guapo, oh no, the flank has come off. The flank has come off. He's got to stay on. He's got to stay on. And he does. But you know, he'll get a re-ride. The flank broke. Keeps that bull. That bull won't kick up. See, he's in the Go USA, the Army sticker on his flak jacket, and this bull, he's so big, he breaks that flank strap. Of course, it's just cotton rope, but bull gets into a spin, and Zach is going, what is going on here?
Well,
now, 50 points. He gets an option for a re-ride because he made the qualification. But how many have they ridden in this round of qualified ride? Only one. So he's going to decline his re-ride, Jeff.
He takes a little bit of a gamble there.
Well, he's going to win some money in the average. I don't think they'll ride 6 or 7 in this short go-round, but he's going to be down the pike. I don't think he'll win second or third.
Now to Paulo Krimber, matrixes the bull from Flying U. 11 trips in 2004. 2 guys have made the whistle on him. And as we mentioned, Paulo, 14th in the world. These are pretty important bull rides for Paulo.
It really is. He needs to ride, but he's riding real good into his hand. Right there, Paulo loosened up, and this bull whipped it. Oh, look out. Stepped on him. He's in trouble. Man, you talk about it. That bull right there really cranked it. And Matrix was the draw for him. But you're just not going to ride them all. Bull, you see he's holding his arm. He stepped right on his shoulder. Let's watch it back here. This bull cranking it into his hand. It loosens up with the outside foot. Just what you're supposed to do if you're riding good. But sometimes the best laid plans of mice and men turn out to get in the dirt.
Boy, and just from the second he got up, he's holding that right arm, and Paulo is still down in that chute.
You know that hurts. That kid's tough. Paulo Krimber, one of our Brazilian bull riders, and a good one, but no score.
And there is Mike Moore, and this is a huge ride for Mike Moore. I mean, he really, to have a chance to go to the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo, he has to win here in Ellensburg.
Well, he's got one to win on. Whirligig is a great bull, Diamond G, good spinning bull. Mike Moore, I mean, this guy can get it done when the chips are down, and I just think he'll ride him. I mean, I know the guy, and I know how hard he tries. 3-time NFR guy, round to the right, waving his hand. He's in there too far, but he made a good move. Round to the right, still coming on. What a bull ride.
Well, I think Mike Moore showed us what his heart was made of at the NFR last year.
It shouldn't surprise anybody, but he made, I got to articulate this, he made the hardest move in bull riding. First turn, in the turn, he gets too far inside. He has to come out and not go too far. He's in too far, comes out, and in perfect position. I'm going to tell you, there's not a handful of guys that can do that on a regular basis besides Mike Moore. What a great bull ride.
He was absolutely beat to pieces in Las Vegas last December. 91 for Moore, by the way. 176.5 on 2.
Jump out there.
And Mike Moore, the leader at the moment. Boy, I tell you what, there's some ranked bulls and some great bull riders yet to go in this final round. Glad you're with us for what has been an incredible PRC Xtreme Bulls stop in Ellensburg, Washington, presented by Coors Original. A year ago, the cowboy was Zach Brown, and he was the first guy ever in our Xtreme Bulls tour to win the semifinals and then win the finals.
We call that 40%. I mean, he got all the money.
32-9. What a payday for Zach Brown. Moved him on to the Wrangler National Finals.
Well, and it was coming off of a broken leg and everything, so it really had a great feel for it. And Zach Brown, it was really fired up. There's a guy that's going to be a force in bull riding for a long time.
Well, Jason Legler will be trying to pull that feat here in Ellensburg. He's coming up on Joe Hopper. But how about Cody Hancock and Reindeer Dippin?
World champion bull rider versus maybe the world champion bull. He's the top-ranked bull right now. This matchup looks great.
First up, though, is going to be Howdy Cloud. Mr. Smokeless USA and Cody Hancock set an arena record at the NFR, breaking your record, as a matter of fact, on this bull right here.
You know, and it was a great bull ride, but this bull right here can have a number of different trips. When he does that spinning, he's great to ride. When he does the leaping and belly rolling and throwing that head back at you, he is miserable. You never know what you're going to get, and he never gives you a good shot out of the gate anymore. Howdy Cloud, Texas bull rider. Okay, come on, Howdy, my man. Belly rolling, there's that head slinging, rearing up, and just gets you on the ground. That's when he's an eliminator, Mr. USA. He's been a great bull for a long time. That bull's getting some age on him, and he's bucked off or took to the pay window everybody that's anybody in the business.
He's kind of gotten a little stingier in the last season or two, tougher to ride.
Yeah, you know, because he's not jumping out and spinning. These guys train for these spinning bulls that jump out and have a lot of timing, like the one he rode in the semifinal round. You get on something like that, mister, you better have some paint on your butt.
5.25 for Cloud. He will not make the whistle. Mike Moore, the leader, 176.5 on 2. And here's Corey Melton, the cowboy that made it to his first Wrangler National Finals rodeo last year. Won the Xtreme Bulls stop in San Antonio in 2003. big guy, 6 feet tall. He can cover the rank bulls.
That would be sticky paint, but Mr. Hyde is a big bull.
He's a very big
This bull is kin to Unforgiven. They have the same sire. They're out of the same herd. These bulls are huge. Come on, Corey Melton. He's one of the guys that can ride this sucker, and he's touched him with a free hand, and he's going on with it. Spurring with the outside foot. He cowboying up, get the whistle. Let's see if the judges saw it. Yeah, he said, pay me.
And that's what we have come to expect out of Corey Melton, those kind of rides. And this is going to put him in the driver's seat here in Ellensburg.
I want to watch this first turn. Watch when he reaches forward. Went right over the top. The judges, no way they're going to get him there. Score coming in. That's just E for effort right there. You could mark him down for being out of position or mark him up because, my gosh, how did he hang on?
Out on the end of his arm, but it didn't matter. Melton makes the whistle, 88.5 points, 173 for Corey.
Still leaves him behind Mike Moore a little ways.
3.5 points behind Mike Moore.
I believe get those totals. Zach Oakes, he didn't take that reride. I thought that was a mistake maybe, but who knows. That was a good bull ride, but there's more to come.
Brian Richardson now, 87 for him in round number 1. This is Reddy Bo.
Whoa, Reddy Bo has raised him up and jerked the rope out of his hand. Remember him holding his elbow, grimacing after he rode that first one? I think that has a lot to do with Brian Richardson. I don't think his arm is healthy. Look at him, he's not touching anything with his left hand. See the jerk? I mean, it whips him up, raises him up, head up in the air. That has to hurt. If his elbow's probably got some bone chips in there, and he's been taking a pounding of late, but no score for a very good bull rider.
There's Myron DeWart, 87 for him in the semifinals as well.
Unridden bull.
That's right. Keller Special's a bull from Big Bend. 10 trips, and he's perfect, 10-0.
You see the rope across the top. It's real distracting, but to keep that bull from rearing up. This bull doesn't have any horns. He's in that Born to Buck program from the Flying Five, Donnie Hutzel. This bull really, really fires out of the gate. And that rope across the top, it's a little bit of a distraction. He says, let's ride, let's get out of here. Coming to the right into his hand, that's what he wants. Coming on, he's run off his rope, he's in a little trouble. Going down in the well, and, you know, Myron Duarte tried about as hard as he's tried to ride a bull as you could do right there. Just run him back off that bull rope, put him in the well. Into his hand. Made the turn. You see how that bull got flat, didn't kick up? That's what slid him back off. Nothing he could do. Got a little snot blowed on him, but didn't step on him. That's the good news. Myron Duarte going for his 8th National Finals rodeo.
6.37 seconds final time there for Myron.
Well, he's got Clayton Foltine there. He'll carry his bull rope. Come on, Pops. We got another rodeo to go to. Keeps you fired up.
And there is Werewolf Snuff. He's been ridden twice this year. Matt Austin is the guy that's done it both times. He carried Matt to victory at our Xtreme Bulls stop in Reno, Nevada. And J.C. Beans, the cowboy, is going to try his luck on him tonight.
Well, I said earlier, I hadn't seen J.C. since early in the year, and then, boy, just jumps out, gets a great score in the first round, and thinking, well, where you been, J.C.? Here we go. Werewolf coming around to the right, and he makes the turn in great shape. Reaching forward, he is going to ride this bull. That bull's spending a lot of time up in the air in the front end. That's a nice ride. Look at all the cowboys. They're going to ride that hook and do. All right, Washington bull rider, J.C. Bean.
And he made it look easy. I'm not sure that bull's supposed to be that easy.
Well, if you're in the right spot, remember what I said about those bulls that are snappy? This bull is rearing, gives him a chance to reach forward, stay up on his bull rope, kept a hold with his spurs. Look how easy he rides this bull. It was easy, but he made it look that way because he was in perfect position. Look at the score.
Yeah, new leader, 177 on 2. A half point better than Mike Moore. And there's only a handful of cowboys remaining, so J.C. Bean, right where he needs to be. He's on top, 177 on 2. The next cowboy out is going to be Clint Craig, and Baca dips the bull, and this bull has a lot of horns, but
he's a mean dude, too.
You think he fits Clint really well, though.
I do, and he's got a couple of different trips. He can go out of ways and spin left, but he usually, his best trip is to the right in the gate. Look at them bean poles. He will stick a horn in your fanny if you're not careful, but if he goes to the right in the gate, Clint can ride him. If he goes out there a ways, it's going to be nip and tuck. But Clint Craig, he's got to get it done right here, and he knows it. He's been to a lot of short goes and come up empty. Let's get it on. Just keep trying. If you don't quit, you're going to get there sometime. Let's see what happens. Hadn't been to the NFR. To the right, right in the gate. That's what he likes. Yeah. Now he's going to jump out of it. Going to reverse the spin. Cowboy Clint moving around. He's in trouble, and what a nice move there. Oh, show me the money.
Well, that is awesome for Clint Craig.
Okay. Oh, yeah, the blonde bomber. Look at him. He's got him some new locks, a new do. He probably says that's what it is, the hair color. Oh, yeah, right there to the right, into his hand. This bull cranking it. Now watch this, right back. Now watch what Clint has to do with his head. He's got to look straight up, get his body back in position, and push on that rope to keep him going down on the horns. Makes a good adjustment. Nice bull ride.
I'm not so sure that Donnie Gay's not going to be blonde by the time we get to the NFR.
Well, what 6 or 7 hairs I got left. I may do it.
92 for Clint Craig. He's the new leader here in Ellensburg, and it's great to see him. He's been in this situation a couple of times on our Xtreme Bulls tour. Nice to see him get it done in the short
Well, Dale and Kelly Craig can go ahead and make their room reservations in Las Vegas. He's going to get a big check here.
He is going to make it. Boy, looky there. Reindeer dipping. Cody Hancock's the cowboy.
Well, the bull has the advantage. I mean, the bull has got the record. But Cody Hancock has got something that a lot of guys wish they have, and that's a gold buckle strapped on his belt and a big pump under that left shirt pocket. This guy will try. This is a good matchup right here. You never know how they're going to turn out. Let's see.
Young bull, never been ridden.
Come on, Cody. Round to the right. Oh, what a moving bull. Slip down. And just look out. It ain't over till it's over on this bull. You know, that was a really fiery trip. You see, he's not real big, not like Tejada, but a no score. Watch this bull. Watch him when he comes around to the right. See if he's stumbling and falls, it go down, lower in the back end. That was a bad shot right there for Cody Hancock. Boy, watch what happens the next time they match up. I'd bet dinner on Cody Hancock.
And you got to think that this bull's best days are a year or so down the road as he gets bigger and stronger, and then he's really going to be ranked.
Man, I mean, he might not already, but look at there. He's going, oh, man, I got to fade one more guy. Oh, he's re-riding him. This may take 10 minutes.
And here he is, Jason Legler. He won the semifinals, 91.5 points. So it's all come down to Legler and a Big Bend bull called Joe Hopper, and he's tough. 9 trips out, one guy's made the whistle.
Nothing puts you back in a better frame of mind to ride bulls than having a regular job every day. That's where Legler's been. Made a good ride in round 1. Come on. Good bull rides ahead of him. Take the pressure off and just got him reared back. Joe Hopper puts him down, and it's one of those. Look at Clint. Look at that smile. Yeah.
So we've been talking about Las Vegas and the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo, and that's where Clint Craig's headed. His first Wrangler NFR, a 92 here in the short go, and one more look, though, at Jason Legler and Joe Hopper.
Well, you see him get reared back on the end of his arm and just get slam dunked, but I'm just looking at the scores, and how many times have you seen an event where a guy is 92 and 90 and a half and went second in the long short the short go and third in the long go? Clint Craig wins the aggregate and over 30 grand. Yeah, that'll go on his total real good. Look out, Las Vegas. Blonde Bomber's after you.
Glad you're with us in Ellensburg, Washington. The dust starting to settle in our Xtreme Bulls competition presented by Coors Original. Clint Craig gets the big check, more than $28,000 for Mike Moore. $8,400 not going to help him in his bid to get to the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo. Some guys that are holding on pretty good. Dustin Elliott's #1. Clint Craig now in the top 4. And Clint Craig starting to believe that saying that blondes do have more fun.
Well, this does it. This clinches Clint's very first Wrangler National Finals qualification. I bet you feel awesome right now.
I can't explain the way I feel right now. I mean, it's the greatest blessing in the whole world. You know, one, to win $28,000. You know, that's a lot of money. Great blessing. You know, my thanks to the Lord. And the first qualification in the NFR, you know, we all thought I was going to do it last year, and I took it for granted that I did good early in the year, and I wound up blowing it off this time of the year last year. And I put my nose to the grindstone, and I wasn't going to quit till the end of November this year.
And it showed that you didn't quit tonight on Baca Dip. What an unbelievable performance, Bull.
Mm-hmm. That bull, I've been wanting to get on him. I've seen him for the last 4 years, probably even before I got my card, and I've wanted to get on him and knew he would fit me. He kind of backs up a little bit, and And usually he stays hooked to the right the whole time and then goes back right at the whistle. And he did it early this time, and I had to push. And not textbook looking at the sky, but
yeah, you were sitting back there for a while.
Yeah, I felt like I had to push and look at the stars, and that's what I felt like I had to do to get him rode. I felt like if I'd ever looked down, I'd have been down between them big horns, and I didn't want to be there.
Well, you ended up awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We'll see you at the national final.
Yes, ma'am.
Not done in Ellensburg yet. We still have our original Coors Xtreme ride. We'll be back after a quick break. So the curtain falls on the 2004 Xtreme Bulls Tour, and pretty good way to end it. You have to be happy for Clint Craig.
What a wonderful bull ride. And I'm telling you, the guys rode, the bulls bucked. It just, grandstands were full. It doesn't get any better than this, although it is a little chilly here.
It is. Clint Craig, though, that's going to just kind of take the pressure off, and he can relax and start focusing on the Wrangler National Final.
Well, I think he can. You know, he's been trying to make the national finals. This is his third full year. The first 2 years, he had some bad things happen to him and kept him out of the NFR. But, you know, things happen for a reason, and I think it's maybe a good thing. This boy has all the tools, all the talent, and the want to. So he's putting it together, and it's always fun to see somebody get the bar raised up to the next notch. He's just, he went over that slope.
Our overall Xtreme Bulls champion, B.J. Schumacher, he had some hip surgery. He's recuperating. He's also kind of gearing up for the NFR.
Well, wanting to get ready. He thinks he's going to be able to come back for Dallas but in October, but we don't know for sure, but we do know that he has been hurt before. He's had a broken leg, and Fred Betcher was telling me, he said, you know, this guy can come back off major injuries and surgeries and ride as good as anyone, so he's expecting to come back full strength.
A lot of competition for our Coors Original Xtreme ride. It could have been Zeb Lanham on Powerhouse Patrol.
Well, it could have been, but this was an extraordinary deal. Kyle Joslin, he had a shot at it.
And that was a dangerous landing right there. But it winds up being Mick Thompson, Johnny Chavez, in trouble, and Mick comes in to help him, and I mean just gets waylaid.
You talk about a left jab from that bull. They call that bull Watchdog. No, Watchdog said, what's it? Kabam. And then insult to injury, runs him over. But the guy just puts on a Band-Aid, lays out 2 bulls, comes on back. They don't do that in the NBA.
That is the cowboy way right there. Hats off to Mick Thompson. Don't forget about the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo. Coverage begins over a 10-day stretch. It all starts December 2nd, 9 p.m. Pacific time. For more information, go to ESPN.com and click on Pro Rodeo. And what a great Xtreme Bulls tour for 2004.
Well, it's where NFR dreams are realized. We saw Clint Craig make that move. Mike Moore, he's still got an outside chance at it. We see what I think's the rankest bull in rodeo right there, Tahanta and Corey Melton. The whole thing was just outstanding, thanks to Ellensburg, Washington, and a great grandstand full of great fans.
It was a cold, windy night in Ellensburg, and the bull riding action was red hot. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com.